And welcome back to TechnoPoverty. I'm Henry, missing in action is my partner Jacob, and heads up to any who haven't heard, but I've been doing some tampering with the Introverse Drive, searching for more friends that we could recruit to our party, and on Tuesdays now at 3 p.m. Central, we have Shin Megami Tensei's. Our friend Lux has joined us for a playthrough of Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. We're playing through the HD remaster of the PS2 Classic. It's the first time I've played a Shin Megami Tensei thing in my life. Really enjoying it so far. It's about reconstructing the world after the apocalypse, and mechanically there's a lot of pacts being made with demons, and we're negotiating new terms of survival and social contract. I'm curious where it's going. Lux is very knowledgeable about philosophy, and we're going to be going some strange places with Shin Megami Tuesdays. We'll be playing other games besides S&T ones, but to kick it off, Nocturne's where it's at. It's probably going to be a few sessions. This is a big game. We don't know how frequently or regularly we're going to be able to do Shin Megami Tuesdays, but you know, keep an eye on Twitch and we'll keep you posted. Also, of course, follow us on YouTube. I post a lot on Blue Sky, not so much on Twitter. If you hit up our link tree, you'll see links to all our associated pages. We do run a Discord where we share all kinds of cool art and supplemental articles and materials to what we're doing here. Also, we like to screen movies. Things are a bit hectic right now, folks, so I know Josh, you're in the chat. I know 3256 is here. I saw Crudler earlier. I'm thinking Gangs of New York's going down Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, just because there's some stuff going on as far as moving and rearranging and reshaping the zone that we're going to be broadcasting from. Also, some contract work's getting a bit hectic, so we're going to have to keep juggling things with the bigwigs while getting our game on. But definitely check out Shin Megami Tuesdays and keep an eye out for the movies we're going to be watching on the Discord. After Gangs of New York, we're going to be watching Son Ziono's Tokyo Tribe, a Japanese hip-hop musical from the year 2014. It's based on a manga that ran in a Japanese fashion magazine. It's a very colorful Jet Set Radio Future type movie. It's loud and bombastic. And it even has some stuff to say about the Hells Angels and resentment culture and Trump and just the gaudy audacity of golden gilded performance. But for now, let's get back to Jet Set Radio Future. I left Cube dancing. It is time to get back to the game. Just to catch up, the Golden Rhinos are on the streets, and we gotta stop them. They are a private gang of mercenaries with machine guns hired by Rikaku Goji, who, up until this point, he was just bribing cops and making fake robot gangs to assault us, but the GGs are too good for that. We got the spirit of the street on our side. We have the power of friendship. We've been making friends, recruiting people, covering turf. Rikaku Goji's mad, so he just hired mercenaries straight up to kill us. Let's show them that we're not gonna put up with that shit. Let's take to the streets. L-Man, I find it interesting that the Pope's American. I'm kind of curious if it's going to make more Americans do the Catholic convert thing, or how it's going to make a lot of right-wing Catholic converts feel. Because so many people are already joking about the Pope being, you know, a woke Pope, and there being lots of woke Pope cope out on the net right now. Okay, I already have the secret tape for Dogenzaka Hill. I'm going to go to Chuo Street, because I don't believe I have the Chuo Street tape yet. I think there's a boss there I might trigger too. Once again, I know I'm near the end of the game because the Golden Rhinos are just prowling the streets being predatory. If I recall right, you're basically, this chapter basically consists of a series of bosses across the map. And once you clear all those bosses, I think the end game triggers. And I kind of don't want to trigger the end game yet. I want to explore the sites. I want to maybe recruit some extra friends if there's any hanging about that aren't part of the secret tape challenges. From what I understand, I think I have to beat the game before I can do the secret tape challenges, or there's a component of it like that. Oh, crap. That's fucked up. They're dressed as mascots. They're like, oh shit, dude. Yeah. What, did I leak the wrong Magic the Gathering cards? I can't believe it's slipping my mind. The mercenary cowboy group that like used to be hired in the westerns. They're in Red Dead 2. Fucking chat, help me out here. What's the name of the old-timey mercenary group that like oil barons and train magnates would hire to rustle up the small folk in the 1800s America? Red Dead 2, Deadwood, real American history, people. I can't believe how impoverished my brain is right now. Pinkertons, yes. Yeah, dude. I keep saying Blackwater, but the better, like, well, Pinkertons are a great example of that. Like, armed machine gunmen, like, dressed up as chibi mascots in the streets, just indiscriminately opening fire on any kids rolling by in rollerblades. Like, I played this game when I was in 7th grade. I was like 12 years old, and a lot of this, I got the general fuck the police vibe. Like, I knew what NWA was. Like, hip-hop music was my childhood, but, like, I didn't realize the, like, actual sophisticated scale of the way it progresses and develops as the story develops. And I'm really falling in love with this game in a new, like, more adult context. I loved it as a teenager because it had a cool soundtrack, cool style, and, you know, anti-authoritarian texture, but there is more to it than I remember, and it's nice when you do that with something nostalgic. I hope I'm not just, you know, being rose-tinted with it. I've genuinely enjoyed and craved sessions as I started this stream and realized I couldn't just do this every day. The soundtrack's been in my head all week. You know, to tie it in with, like, the tricks of adventure in The Legend of Zelda, just, like, even the way this map functions. Have I been everywhere? It successfully utilizes graphics, music, characterization, etc. to pull everything together into a coherent and persistent world in the same way, you know, The Legend of Zelda did. This is video games, you know? Also why I probably despaired as a kid whenever video games were stereotyped as, like, for school shooters, because, I mean, this isn't. I need to get a bit higher on the wall. Alright, but I do want to take out these armed nerds. Where'd they go? I do not like that there's just dudes on the street with guns. I was locking onto one. Where'd it go? Okay, so there's the dudes up there, and up there. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them right here. How do I knock him down? Armed Pinkertons in the streets of Japan. I do think for a villain name, Golden Rhinos is pretty great as well. Just... Okay. Let's get these guys up here a what for. Also, Josh, I just want to shout out the Final Fantasy diorama you submitted to Nintendo Power. That was amazing. I want to play Final Fantasy 1 sometime for the stream because it's really interesting. It's more malleable and non-linear than what you think a Final Fantasy game is. I know, like, you know, especially with Final Fantasy 4 onwards, the series became heavily focused on these like linear guided RPG narratives. It's really interesting how versatile you can problem solve in Final Fantasy 1 and how much you can sequence break too in Final Fantasy 1. Damn right, L-Man. You gotta wear your bulletproof rollerblades. Yeah, there's a lot of good tags around here. I'm gonna have to dance for some screen caps. See, again, Stokely Carmichael, Kwame Ture, will get labeled as a scary black nationalist, but you can argue that his project is at least more constructive than whatever the hell's Angels are aiming for, which is just rage. Again, since the rage incentivizes a sort of Protestant shame cycle, that keeps the American economy running, though, or at least keeps the underclass scared because they don't want to be that kind of a poor person. It's welcome within the system. It's accounted for. It's the same way, you know, to a degree, the homeless are permitted to be seen and despaired about because we want to keep people scared at the concept of going homeless. Like, that keeps people working. That makes them accept lower wages and such. They would rather send armed guards after kids. Oh, I know where they are. Yep. There we go. Alright, yep. Alright, let's make Shibuya beautiful. I think this is like just one of my favorite areas in the game. Just the different... It strikes the right balance of like tutorialized conveyance of how to best grind and get to higher levels, but it's also just like a cool, busy area. Cool. I think they want me to like, yeah, wall ride. Kind of a weird hit detection there. Don't know what I was thinking with that. Jewel Street, Faro Park, and the Dinosaur Park I do not have the tapes for. Let's see if I can find Chuo Streets. I think there's a boss on Chuo Street too. Let's see. Let's see if we have to save Chuo Street, gang. Golden rhinos everywhere. You never know. I'm just keeping an eye out for the secret tape is all. The distinction between the constructive angle of certain like nationalist gangs, I shouldn't say nationalist gangs as if they're like a positive thing, but like constructive rebellion versus destructive resentment. It's something Camus talks about. Maybe I should talk a bit sooner about the rebel rather than holding it off, but I want to bring it up because it gets into, you know, not all gangs being the same, it being a similar thing to when you have to consider why a police union, for instance, is different than a labor union. That being the purpose of the police union, which is to break the labor union strike. You know, they actively do not side in solidarity with the working class, but serve the capitalist class. And that's not a value judgment as far as like a moral advocacy goes. It's just like, who calls the cops? The business owner does. Like that's the function of the police force. That is what the Supreme Court says their function is, you know, the protection of private property. So it's a reinforcement mechanism of that concept, not a challenge to it or a tool on. It's a tool on the side of the means of production owned by the capitalists, not, you know, the proletariat. It's not a gun you can turn around and aim at its master, is what I'm trying to get at, I guess. In the same way that, you know, the Hells Angels aren't looking for any kind of political revolution. They're there to keep the proles scared and in line, because thank heavens they aren't those people. When I say it's a feature of the structure, not a flaw, this is what I mean. And this gets into, again, Camus distinguishing the difference between rebellion, which is the setting of a recognized boundary, not just for oneself, but like in a socially accepted common manner, like when we all agree that somebody who works 40 hours a week full time should have a roof over their head and, you know, affordable groceries. You know, that kind of stuff happened because we said, no, we're not going to work 80 hours a week, that's unreasonable, etc. I rebel, therefore we are, is Camus' big phrase, which is kind of a play on, you know, I think, therefore I am, I rebel, therefore we are. You know, by defining those boundaries, we're appealing to a common sense of, like, this is reasonable and sound in what we as a society, this is what we call a society. This is the bargain. I'll do X, Y, and Z, and in return, it'll provide X, Y, and Z, and we'll collectivize our efforts, and then we have, you know, a city. But when, you know, communication is stunted through, you know, violence, those seeking power, oh my god, you have to fight Dr. Octopus. Let's take down this twisted punk. Get the bigwigs from the Golden Rhino? Whoa. Yeah, let's grind his arms, I think. Or did he glitch? No? Okay. Hold on. Let me see if there's some stuff to collect here. Let's see if I can get him off that wall. Oof, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, grind up, knock him down. Do some spray, okay. I like what this is trying to do. I question its efficacy, but again, it's one of those things where at least the game's not balls-numbingly hard instead. Some of the other mech bosses with arms you grind up were a bit more effective in doing this, though. Did he hit that ledge? Oh no, he's on the ground, cool. Ooh, he's got a lot of health. This might be a little bit of a process, y'all. Where'd he go? Let's do it. Oh no. No, I can't shortcut it. All right. I need like some crucial momentum I'm not getting here. Oh, I could just do that. All right. Sadly, the coolest boss conceptually is also poorly executed. I wish this wasn't the case. All right, let's see if I can stunt on those arms, though. Where'd he go? There he is. Okay, he just has infinite range, I think. Alright, knock. And... well, now I can't tag him. If I jump at it. See, the thing is I need tin to boost. I don't have tin anymore. I think I got stuck in a dead end now. Oh, no. Stuff respawns. Good. Phew. Okay. Okay, phew. Where's our boy? There he is. I would love to see like a version of this kind of supervillain who uses his arms once and like the machine part's so powerful it just rips out of his body. Like instead of like actually slinging up to the side of the wall, the arm just kind of tears off his torso and his shoulders just like gaping. Dude thought he was gonna beat Spider-Man and he's just bleeding out on the floor. Okay, we're almost there. Is he gonna climb up? Yeah, he's gonna Spider-Man it. Alright. Bump him down. Hopefully you can get over there in time. There we go. Oh, damn. Another move bombing? Oh. Cool. Done in by his own devices. Oh shit, who's that? Shadow beat of some kind. An alternative beat. A synthetic beat? Fake music is what I'm getting at. Alright, we're gonna go one more lap and try to find the secret tape. Again, I don't want to do all the challenges, but I do want to find that tape so bad, chat. I haven't looked into any guides or anything. I don't know where it might be. I really think it might be in like the waterway maze. We'll see. Okay. this might be... Okay, there's a tag there. Okay, so... Nope. Gaps are too big. All right. So the tape's not around here, I'm pretty sure. Not seeing it here. No, nothing up there. I don't think so. Didn't see anything in the ditch. Oops. Let's see if we can get that. Cool. Alright, I have one more itch as far as licking this particular corner goes. Aw, damn. Oh, you know what? I think I can turn that into something productive if I don't turn this into something productive. Okay. Been wondering how to get that boy. All right, we're going elsewhere. I think I know where the secret tape is in the dinosaur park. We'll go that way. And then I believe there's a boss on Highway 0 we have to tend to. Are these a different color? Is that intentional? What is up with that? Oh. Here come the Pinkertons. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, did they just open these? They did. Whoa. Okay, that's actually really cool. Interesting. Where are the armed agents in this area? There's no one dressed up as a furry with a machine gun waiting to assault the youth here. Perhaps they know better than to fuck with the area all the crime lords live in, which is how DJ Professor K described this area. All the mafia bosses have their offices here. Ah, a friend. Cool. Let's recruit a friend. So Chuo Street, Skyscraper District, Sky Dinosaurian. I don't know what's going on in those three areas. Let's make a friend. Jazz? Hell yeah. She's got cool lipstick. All right, a friendly race, eh? So funky. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, she is fast. Damn. Oh, I want to go for the inside turns. But this is nice. After being fired out, you know, dealing with machine guns, private mercs, all that, just having a nice friendly race between two street kids. It's a reassertion of our cultural dominance. You know, there's violence in the streets, but our rules will still, you know, be the rules. It's nice that in dealing with Goji, we're not becoming violent, murderous, privatized forces of violence like he is. We're just trying to respect the streets. Yeah, Elman, you have a great night. I think something interesting Hunter S. Thompson points out in interviews after the publication of Hell's Angels is that there is a growing resentment culture in America. You know, not everybody is going to get a motorcycle and a biker jacket and call themselves a Hell's Angel, but they are going to be displaced by the economic apparatus. They are going to get angry and resentful, and he wonders very seriously, like, what happens if America keeps breeding this attitude? It really speaks to how much we don't consider the deeper level cultural ideas, everything. Again, as a matter of everything being affect, it means sure, the president's like a superficial, looks obsessed dude who may or may not have. He may just be a celebrity, but he's a celebrity that runs face for a lot of horrible shit happening. You know, even if Donald Trump's stupid and ineffective, there are people using his stupidity and his ineffectiveness to seize opportunities a competent executive would understand he's being taken advantage of in. Because the Hells Angels just are considered like, oh, just whatever, they're cowboys. There's not a deeper look at the violence, the sex trafficking, the drugs, the domestic abuse, just the internal rot they're emblematic of. Highway Zero or Sky Dinosaurian? I want to go Sky Dinosaurian really quick because I think I know where the secret tape is there. Oh, let's beautify this vista really quick. Famously, this romanticization of what the Hells Angel were led to them being hired as security for the Rolling Stones when the Rolling Stones played Altamont Freeway in 1969. This was 2 years after Thompson's book, so, you know, it was known in the culture what they were. The Stones hired him to do security, and I think 4 people died. A girl got stabbed. Oh shit, I didn't realize this was down here. It is widely known by boomers as kind of the death of rock and roll, like the death of innocence of the 60s and all that. Oh, here's the secret tape, cool. And yeah, that's something Thompson is getting at when he's talking about Ashburg and how the hippies ultimately were just escapists with a fixation on consuming, not so much revolutionizing anything. This is something Camus gets at when he talks about revolution and resentment and rebellion, and those being distinct and different things, because some of those structures seek to find something new and sustainable, while others are about pure resentment and destruction. And historically, the confusion between what is what has led to some of the, biggest atrocities, which in his essay Camus talks about. The children of Cain, the dudes just using rebellion as a guise to harm large amounts of people, kind of a thing. Or those just seeking not necessarily to revolutionize or deconstruct the concept of monarchy to become monarchs or emperors themselves. The Hells Angels aren't seeking to elevate the social welfare. They're it's boredom and rage and resentment just acting out. All right, I think I know where the secret tape is here. Let's see if we can find it. I think it's in the amphitheater. We'll grind over there and see. Although I think I have to be on the green line to go by the theater. Oh no, it's right here. All right, once more around the sun. Oh, I'm just straight up out. Okay. I need cans, dang. Oh. Can't really do anything from here. I thought I was aiming for the theater, but I missed it. Right here? Yeah. Whoa. Okay, but no secret tape. No, okay. Just a very elaborate theatrical production. What a cool park. All right.
Sayonara!
It's a different one. Whoops.
You got a great soul.
Where else could the tape be? All right, I think I'm done lapping this place. Let's go to Highway 0. So high up. Damn it. There we go.
style is.
Where does this lead? Side of Tokyo line? Oh? Interesting that I can't go there. All right. We are just falling all the way back down to the garage is what we're doing. Actually, I don't think I want to do Highway 0 yet. All right, I think we're gonna call it a night once I get back to the garage. Once again, this evening, you have been watching TechnoPoverty. Went kind of non-verbal there at the end, but we've been discussing the works of Hunter S. Thompson in relation to gangs, countercultures, subcultures, and where the Hells Angels fits in and all that, building off of some stuff we read by Herbert Asbury, such as Gangs of New York, Pimp by Iceberg Slim, You Can't Win by Jack Black. We're gonna watch Gangs of New York Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. You can get access to our Discord and see it there. Let's save, because this is an old game. It does not autosave. We must remember that. 12 hours, 20 minutes. Good to know. But yeah, I think next session we'll be wrapping up the game. I think we do some stuff on Highway 0, we do some stuff with Zero Beats, and I remember there being an explosive train at some time. I'm not sure what's up with that, but I'll probably switch over to playing as Jazz as well. But again, thank you for joining us. This has been TechnoPoverty. I think Jacob will return next time. Until then, y'all have a good night and take care.